What's going on, YouTubeverse? It's your boy, the Beagle, Mr. Wrestle Rant, coming at you. Talking more matches from Hell in a Cell. I'm going to combine two matches, one I really don't have much to say about. So let's get started. Miz and Maurice against Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella. I don't have much to say about this match. I mean, it was your basic mixed tag team match. I kind of wish they would go back to the intergender tag team matches where the men can't fight the women, because I think that added another dynamic. Come on now. The women can dish it out just as good as the men can. We all remember, women like, China back in the day will hold her own against men. I mean, any woman on that roster can hold her own against a man. So, without that being done, I mean, there's not much more they could do. I was never a fan of the Bellas. I don't follow their TV shows. I thought they were annoying in their whole run with the whole Divas division and stuff like that. I really thought Daniel Bryan could use the win here. And instead, the Miz is technically 2-0 now, going further with his rivalry with Daniel Bryan. And I didn't watch NXT when Daniel Bryan came out too much, because again, it was nowhere near like it is today. Or I might have watched. I guarantee I probably could have watched it. So I didn't realize how much hatred and animosity has actually been building for this long. This is like the longest storyline that WWE's been slow rolling for. I mean, I couldn't tell you the last time, probably the early 90s, late 80s, seen a storyline last this long. And it's very interesting to have that much chemistry and that much history between two guys. So I'm looking forward to their inevitable rematch, one-on-one. Maybe some type of stipulation match. I don't know. But Daniel Bryan's one hell of a performer. The Miz is much of his character is a gigantic douchebag. He's okay in the ring too. I don't really like, I don't like wrestlers using their fame to turn into movies like The Rock and John Cena have been doing. I also don't like reality stars using their kind of celebrity to learn how to be wrestling and make the wrestling. That's what the Miz's character was to begin with. That's what he used to hype him up with and stuff. But I mean, he has been in the business forever. He does have staying power. He always will have fans that like him. I personally am not a fan of the Miz. I did like the stuff he did with John Morrison way back when. This is like forever ago. But I'm getting away from the actual match itself. The match itself was, again, just pretty basic. Marie's got the pin on Brie, so that means I think at Evolution, I think they have a match against each other, which I'm going to say Brie's going to win that one, which will lead to, I don't know if they're going to announce for Super Showdown, or if they're going to announce for Crown Jewel, or if they're going to announce for the actual next regular pay-per-view. But I can see them fighting each other here soon, and I believe Daniel Bryan will have that leading into maybe Survivor Series, or somewhere down the line, where they can have like a rubber match to finally determine who is the better man, which I do believe in the end, Daniel Bryan will win. And he'll go on, hopefully, to a world title storyline. So I would like to see Daniel Bryan as champion again. So I got, like I said, just a few minutes on that match, not much to say. The next one we'll talk about is the Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler versus Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. I first want to stop and say, how fitting is Drew McIntyre's entrance music to his entrance? It's a badass theme for a badass looking dude, and it kind of reminded me of like an Irish Terminator, with the trench coat and the no nonsense and just the badassery, just whoop people's asses, taking names, kicking ass. Think about that, and then think about Arnold as the T100, T1000, what I don't know, model T800, whatever he is. Think about it as a Terminator from the first two movies. I mean, the second movie was more comedy, but Drew reminds me of him with that entrance. It's just, dude, Drew McIntyre is the man right now in my eyes. I've made a whole video talking about him. I think he's ready for a push. Again, I think he should go to SmackDown. Him and AJ can have some hellacious matches, and he can hold that title for a little while. I don't see them getting rid of the big dog as the world champion right now. I don't see it happening anytime soon. So I think it'll just hurt him more than it'll help him. Tag match. It was a very action-packed tag match. I mean, I love these four guys in a match, and I can't wait to see when we have Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel or the Super Show. One of the two. I'm getting all these pay-per-views are thrown out there really quickly. I'm starting to get confused. When you add those two elements into the match, it could be another Shield versus Wyatt family match. We know how great those matches were. So, a lot of high spots, a lot of action-packed, a lot of, control chaos, I would say. The match was booked perfectly. That Claymore, dude, I cannot express how just amazing thing look. And the timing of Seth going into the suplex into the Falcon Arrow and then hitting the Claymore in between that transition was just amazing looking. And the sight of Drew carrying Dolph and both tag team titles to the back of the match was just hilarious for me. I thought that was really funny. It just shows how good of chemistry those two have. Dolph, this time around, with his look, his physique, maybe I think now he's going to end the mouthpiece, maybe. But he's on a long and successful career, and I'm really looking forward to see where he goes from this one. So until the next video comes out, this is Mr. Wrestle Rant saying, I will see you later.